Many thanks to all of you, and thank you for coming. I'm glad to be here, to see you, to be in this great city, to join you in a day of exploration of the meaning of the Sufi tradition and its potential relevance in our life. And this discussion, this exploration, is wide open. It's open to each and every one of you, whether you are a man or a woman, older or younger, whether you're of this culture or that, whether you profess this faith or another or no faith. Sufism is the path of love, and that path is a wide open path. So let us begin with the words of the Sufi invocation. If you know these words, you may join in, and otherwise just let them wash over you. Toward the One, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. We invoke the One, the infinite and eternal, the first and the last, the inner and the outer, the One whose name is every name, whose form is every form, and yet whose essence outstrips all limitations of name and form. The One who knows through our mind, and yet whom the mind can never know. Creator, sustainer, destroyer, source and goal. The lover, who is also the beloved. The power behind every gesture. The light in every glance. The firm foundation under our feet, and the vast expanse overhead. The One who sees all and reckons. But also the limitless fountain of grace the sweet wellspring from which all mercy, all compassion pours forth. And invoking the One, we invoke all who are drawn toward the One, all the illuminated souls, the cloud of witnesses, the community of awakening, constellation of guiding lights, souls awakening to their eternity while still embodied on earth. The holy messengers, prophets, saints, and masters artificially divided by religious ideologies, but in truth one planetary lineage of wisdom, whose legacy, whose guidance is the birthright of every human being. We are gathered here to follow in their footsteps, to follow in the wake of the trailblazers, whose path has led beyond the confines of egoic self-interest and has ranged free into the depths of the emotion of the whole humanity and beyond, into the stars. We seek to follow those who do not merely live for themselves, but who live for the One to whom we belong. As we do not belong to ourselves, as we have not created ourselves, as we do not sustain ourselves, but as we are created and sustained by the One to whom we belong, to that One do we truly belong. And our awakening is in the remembering of this. This is the path, remembrance, the path of love. All are treading this path. No one is exempt from this path. Whether conscious or unconscious of the fact, we are all wayfarers. We have all set out from an origin that we can hardly recall, an origin shrouded in mystery. And we have wended our way through the planes, through the spheres, through the kingdoms of nature, arriving through the portals of birth, into this human life, through which we pass in the course of a number of days. That number itself, a mystery, so that any day might be our last. But whether it is today, 10 years hence, 40 years hence, we know we shall return through the same portal through which we have come. So that a further odyssey awaits us. But in this span of days, we are travelers among travelers. Many not yet conscious, not yet awake to the dimensions of the journey, to its significance. Wanderers lost, or trying hopelessly to build a house in the middle of the road, which the seasoned wayfarer knows is impossible. The road is for travel, it is for movement. So the traveler who knows the etiquette of the journey travels light. Carrying what is useful and leaving what is inessential. Moving from station to station. Meeting wayfarers along the way. And knowing in one's heart of hearts that the journeyer is one. It is one being traveling within so many bodies, so many minds, pursuing so many pathways that crisscross and diverge, but all one movement, one passage into the unknown, into the future. Through so many angles of vision. Each illuminating another facet of this reality that seeks to know itself within itself, through us, through our journey, through our becoming. A journey within and without. A journey through the landscape, through time and space, but equally a journey through the interior space of our own inner being, which reveals itself to be as extensive, as vast, as varied, as diverse as the entire variegated universe outside. And so we travel. And what compels us is always the same force. It is that which compels everything which moves. It is that which powers the revolutions of the stars, the spinnings of atoms, It is the force known by the Sufis as ishq, yearning, longing, desire, the restlessness of love, the love that demanded all of this. And that demands ever more, ever fuller, ever deeper access to what might be. It's always the same force, this force that moves us. It is this ancient, restless love. It takes different shapes in different spheres. On earth we feel it in the tug of gravity pulling at our bones. That is ishq here in the flesh. How mass attracts mass. Passionate attraction is always ishq. For the animals it is passion. For the humans, affection. For the jinn, admiration. For the angels, glorification. All permutations of one emotion, the master passion of the whole universe, ishq. God is love. All is of God. All is of love. And this world we have entered is a mazhab-e ishq, is a school of love, where our love is educated, matured, ennobled, elevated, purified. That is the business of being human on earth. There really is no other task. And if we examine the course of our life, yes, to the mind it appears as a concatenation of circumstances, events, more or less random. But to the heart, something different is shown. The heart perceives a myth. The story of a gradual awakening. Sometimes slow, sometimes quick. Time for the heart is not measured in seconds and hours and days. It's measured in quantity of presence. The livingness of the witness. And the living moments, the moments when love was stripped down to its pure essence, its gist. Those moments are eternal. And the intervals of numbness, of apathy, absence are as though non-existent, truly ephemeral. The instant of time not breathed by the heart crumbles into dust and is lost in oblivion. The moment drunk down, quaffed in the goblet of the heart, becomes a tributary of the celestial rivers that feed into eternity. And that is our work on earth, to sift the ephemeral and glean the eternal.